Well, it's about to get a little bit harder. It's gonna be more hardly. That is gonna be taken for a little bit. So we're back in Sebring International Raceway. We're pushing in for inside of to do like it's Group C lap times. I guess they're just absolutely driving all the way backwards. Now looks like we're gonna be using for our Group C cars. We have currently for 3 Group C cars. We got the Mazda 787B, the Mercedes C11 Sauber Mercedes, and another one is the one more thing is Jaguar XJR9. So looks like inside of the Asian region is absolutely pretty allowed in other words or other worlds like this one. So we're gonna be starting out for this most powerful rotary car engine as well, and make things a little bit really fast as well. I have to get back into the start, and we're gonna be doing as ready. Before, this is not absolutely to do like this before. If this is not going to be exactly how, we're going to be taking on the manual transmission. Now let's see for an outlap, and I'm not pretty sure that we're going to be using about for a mouse control. It's going to be a little bit hard for some kind of sim racer. If I'm just going to be a real sim racer out here, then I'm just going to be beating out with some other kinds of AMG GT3 cars first. And because of this one, we have took him down for a 1 spin out, 2 spin outs of these cars as well. And because of this one strategy, I forgot that was absolutely taken for a little bit for a high glass as well. Wait, if it's just going to be heading back into the menu, I'm not pretty sure this is some kind of a little bit worse. I'm not pretty sure this is not going to be very taking for a little bit of while. Since it's been a while, because I just absolutely made things a little bit stressed, what I only have to do is going to be heading back into the menu. Let's say we have to full stop. We have the map options. We got that self high. I think I'm not pretty sure this is absolutely taking for just a little bit. I'm not going to be taking for just a little bit for this one. I really don't think this is absolutely need to take for the onboard view. This is absolutely for the cinematic mode. It turns out this is absolutely for a pretty cinematic mode. So let's just going to get out of the car. Taking a little bit back in until this is not going to be taking for so much worse. Re-enter the driver's license, and we're going to be ready to go. And it looks like we're just absolutely taking for a manual transmission as always. Before the AMG GT3 cars is going to be coming in. And it looks like we're going to be using for a 3rd gear. What absolutely we need to do is 1 minute and 4 seconds. We absolutely never able to have for this like this. And because of using about the gear 4, take down into the gear 3, we'll be taking for this instantly, as I'm probably going to be using the chase cam for literally for the first time back into Cuba, but last time in Autodromo Niazzolali di Monza, which is absolutely did for it's something a little bit mistaken amongst the hardest way as well. And now we're going to be doing for Sebring lap times against the Ferrari 512M. We're almost reached up to a level 72. It looks like it's absolutely used for gear 3, which is absolutely pretty safe to go. All the way up here to 175. We'll be taking around for this slow Sizer as well. So it looks like the gear 2 is absolutely pretty gonna be insane for it's gonna be fully accelerated up here and hit it around the gear 3rd and blasted all the way into this gonna be trying to get onto the brakes as well. And start braking, which is absolutely 6 seconds behind, using by the gear 2nd. Gonna be about to hit around for the gear 3rd, and blast it all the way into gear number 4. And the Mercedes C11 was pretty outlawed as well. It looks like we just absolutely started to slow down, back to gear 2nd. But looks like we take it on to our gear 3rd, which is gonna be causing us trouble when Group 5 as well by using for a Porsche 917. This is gonna get really hurt with this one, but absolutely using the Mazda 787B is uncollidable for something. It was on the Rifto or something as well. It's on power slide for anti-oversteer as well. Group C cars have anti-oversteers as well. Not even possible that we're gonna be shifting up to the 4th gear. Because the reason why that we're going to be having for just a little bit for going us today. So looks like indecent updates as well. We're not able to get for around 4 corner cuts this either. It's time to take things a little bit easy, but almost gonna be hit the barrier instead of Ferrari 512N. We have eventually reached to level 72. I'm pretty not sure that we're gonna be heading back into the garage. Let's jump out of the car and teleport back into the garage, and we'll see the next one. Indeed, we're gonna be using for a Jaguar XJR9. We're jumping inside of this vehicle, and the last some kind of this video, this car is absolutely pretty powerful as well. Even because it's too powerful that I never able to guess. But all of a sudden, this car is too powerful and not able to guess for just only one. Only the Mazda 787B has been completing around for itself for all of it itself, and because of just gonna be slow miniature for just only one thing. And because of this only one reason, that the V12 blasting itself into only one opportunity by itself. That should might contains for oversteer. Mazda 787B has an anti-oversteer, and because of this one is absolutely almost pretty powerful as well. And we're just gonna be taking all the way down into its run front. And to make sure that we're gonna be taking all of this run strategy, I might gonna be taking to cool down the tires, even because of it's too powerful as well. It looks like this guy is absolutely pretty insanely powerful, but our fastest laps won't be insane for this one. This guy just absolutely taking for a little bit for this one, but inside of the onboard view for this guy for as well, we'll be taking around for this guy as well. I mean, some kind of in the cockpit view is absolutely for a little bit for gonna be going on to this one. But you might never able to can't see overall in this track. So it looks like if this is not gonna be necessary to do this, maybe it should be gonna be taken for a very powerful monstrosity as well. So all you have to do is brake and wait the tires to cool. And most likely recently that we're going to be taking us to the second gear, into third gear, that we're reaching us into a literally faster vehicle that I never able to say. This has got to be something a little bit versus going to go on. So it looks like we're going to be taking on to a fourth gear. And I might never able to get sure that the handling wasn't pretty good enough. It takes amount of oversteer, and because to do something kind of a huge power slides as well. And we're going to be taking on to its first one. And because of this one reason, that this guy is absolutely pretty too powerful for this one. It's not going to be so outlaw whatsoever. That we're going to be hitting out to second gear. I think this is going to hurt for just a little bit much. I think this is going to be very slower than I ever expected. It's a V12 inspired naturally aspirated engine. It backfires so much. As well, it's going to be putting ourselves that we're reaching about 0.3 seconds behind. I mean, it's 0.3 seconds in front of us. Try not to beat the Mazda 787B, as the Sauber Mercedes, the C11, has won competition in Autodromo Nazionale di Monza, which is absolutely pretty much insane. It's one of the most fastest vehicles on earth is the Jaguar XJR9, but one of the most fastest vehicles. It's just like Zoli, the XJR9 as well, because of this Gear 4, and the XJR9 is 0.7 seconds and ahead of us of the Mazda 787B. And because of this only one strategy, that we're going to be taking us to the third gear, and we'll be blasting all the way into fourth gear, blasting all the way. 1 minute and 44.663. It's going to be taking for over 200 miles an hour. Let's take around for a little bit slow. Until this is not going to be, I guess, I might going to be almost corner cut by itself and blasted all the way. 1 minute and 44.329. This is almost likely going to be a little bit faster than I never able to say. So let's jump out of the car and move into our last vehicle. So teleport back into the garage. And let's see in our last Group C car that we're going to be doing for our fastest lap time. Whenever this is going to be that I want using the Mercedes-Benz C11. It is absolutely for a Sauber Mercedes-Benz C11 as well. So it looks like we're going to be taking into one monstrosity is going to be taking for us for Blast Chaser outside of his cockpit view, it was absolutely, you can't see by even for this one. All Group C cars can't see to that track limit as well, as you're never able to see the curves. It will be absolutely going to be taken for a various necessary after we battle out with these 512M versus C11, which is absolutely taken for a little bit of one thing. And this wasn't absolutely for using for an Asian mode. So it looks like we're going to be taking for this out. Once we cool down the tires, we have our officially for just 2 corner cutting lap times later. Because of this one reason, it was absolutely necessary. Now let's going to be using it for about for gear 3. It is going to be taking for about for it being such as it's going to be a worse idea. So let's going to be taking for a super lap in Sebring International Raceway. Now it looks like all Group C cars will be completing the lap time as well, blasting out for a 170 miles per hour. Looks like we're inside of the afternoon session, but looks like we're taking for us for a 3rd gear and blasted all the way into the 4th gear as well. Now down into 2nd gear. Now we're taking a little bit for things a little bit slowly. I think this guy is absolutely for a taking for very much power slidings as well. And we might able to get losing around grip and gonna be getting all the way up into 4th gear. And we just made an absolute for a 0.4 seconds behind. That must be the statement of the world's fastest lap guy, whatever it say, for just a little bit more once. And because of this only one strategy, we'll be taking for about for this a little bit. Now we're gonna be taking for a little bit as 2nd gear. Now let's gonna be taking for about for this only one thing. If I just gonna be start braking and stepping away from the cones as well, and because this is only one strategy that we're gonna be making the fastest laps. If this is not able to get for a world's fastest lap by using a Mercedes AMG GTR for a 1.2 seconds behind the bus for this as well. And because this is absolutely looking to this one, I think we just made for just a little bit mistake for snapping on the exits into the first couple of corners and last couple of corners as well. Using 190, almost going to be into 200 miles an hour. It's pretty not much, it's going to be hitting your wall. So only going to be blasting all the way 1 minute and 43.5, which is going to be the fastest lap whatever it is. And that is pretty all that I never able to say like this before. And we're going to be doing somewhere lap times for the faster lap times even more later on. The most likely fastest is the Mercedes, Sauber Mercedes C11 as well. So this is absolutely taking for a very much lap times. We'll be trying to use for the exactly Mazda 787B or the Jaguar XJR9. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe if you enjoy about for the Group C lap times. We're going to be taking for this car into a super lap next time. And that I'm going to be talking you guys into our next video, which will be Trevor Concept signing off. And I'll see you into our next video in about Hockenheim. Over and out.